Glowing Star, welcome to Mini Marvelous Stories. Glowing Star, get ready for bite-sized stories that spark your imagination, touch your heart, and leave you inspired. From thrilling adventures to heartwarming tales, each story is crafted to entertain and captivate you in just a few minutes. Movie camera, you'll find here, white heavy checkmark short, engaging storytelling, white heavy checkmark inspirational and thought-provoking tales, white heavy checkmark fun, creative, and unique narratives. Subscribe now and turn every moment into a mini marvelous experience. Sparkles open book bell. Don't forget to hit the bell icon so you never miss a story. One beautiful day, as Juha was strolling through his village, greeting people and exchanging conversations, a wealthy and generous-looking man approached him, holding a large rabbit in his hands. The man said, "Oh Juha, you are a kind and wise man, and everyone loves and respects you. This rabbit is a gift for you. I hope you enjoy it." Juha looked at the rabbit. It was large and plump, perfect for making a delicious feast. He smiled at the man and replied, "Thank you for this generous gift. I will cook a delicious meal and remember your kindness." Juha carried the rabbit home happily and began preparing a wonderful dish. He cleaned and cut the rabbit, added spices and fresh vegetables, and placed it in a pot to simmer over a low fire, allowing the flavors to blend beautifully. When the meal was ready, his house filled with an irresistible aroma. Juha enjoyed a hearty dinner and saved some broth for the next day, but Juha had no idea that this rabbit's story wouldn't end there. It was only the beginning of an amusing adventure filled with surprises. The next morning, as Juha was getting ready to leave his house, he heard a knock at the door. When he opened it, he found a smiling man standing there. "Hello, Juha. I am a friend of the man who gave you the rabbit yesterday. I heard it was delicious, so I thought, why not share a little of it with you?" Juha was surprised, but he was hospitable and didn't like to turn guests away. He invited the man inside and offered him a bowl of the remaining broth with a small piece of meat. The man thanked Juha, enjoyed the meal, and left satisfied, but just 2 days later, something unexpected happened. There was another knock at the door. When Juha opened it, a different man stood there, confidently saying, "Hello, Juha. I am a friend of the man who gave you the rabbit. I heard about the delicious broth and thought I'd come to taste it." Juha was puzzled but, once again, did not refuse his guest. He went to the kitchen, scooped some of the remaining broth into a bowl, and served it. But he noticed that the broth was getting thinner with every visitor. Still, the guest enjoyed his meal and left. However, the biggest surprise came the next day when Juha heard yet another knock. He opened the door to find another man who declared, "I am a friend of the man who gave you the rabbit. Can I have some broth too?" At this point, Juha realized that things had gotten out of control. Greed was spreading like wildfire, and he had to teach these people a lesson they wouldn't forget. Juha entered the kitchen, determined to put an end to this nonsense. He grabbed a large pot, filled it with hot water, and placed it on the table. Then he scooped some of the broth into a bowl and served it to the man, saying, "Here you go. This is the broth of the rabbit." The man took a sip and immediately frowned. "But this has no flavor. It's just hot water." Juha burst into laughter and said, "Well, what did you expect? This is what's left after all those greedy visitors kept asking for more." The man's face turned red with embarrassment, and he quickly left. Soon, the story spread throughout the village, and everyone laughed at how Juha had outwitted the greedy men. They learned an unforgettable lesson about greed and fairness. This story teaches us that greed can make people lose sight of gratitude and fairness. It also shows that sometimes wisdom and wit are the best ways to deal with difficult situations. From that day on, the villagers used the phrase, the broth of the rabbit, as a joke to mock greedy people who always want something for nothing.